Check, check, check. This one is not working. Why is that not working? Check, 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 check. No, it just got fuzz below it. So I can use no. Oh, we'll get it going. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Patty Center as we get ready for Nanook Volleyball Interstate Rivalry Time with the Seawolves in town taking on your Alaska Nanooks. We're going to get things started here. You got the Seawolves in the green, Nanooks in the whites. We're going to send it down to our public address announcer as we get ready for our national anthem and to meet the starting lineups for both teams.
Please stand to your eighth and prove your caps for the singing of our national anthem. Singing today is Colin Ross, a Nanooks cross-country runner and senior majoring in mechanical engineering. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose but stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets rang there, the guns bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Just my check 1 2
Great start tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the Alaska Airlines starting lineup for tonight's match.
check.
First, for the visiting Anchorage Seawolves. And outside hitter, 5'11" junior from Clayton, Washington, number 2, Tia Allen. And outside hitter, 6'2" senior from Battleground, Washington, number 3, Bethany Tuhart. At center, 5'10" senior from Anchorage, Alaska, number 4, Caitlin Osborne. At right center, 6-foot junior from Anchorage, Alaska, number 1, Marson Anderson. And outside hitter, 6-foot senior from Tucson, Arizona, number 12, Kaylee Purcell. At middle blocker, 6-foot senior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 18, Leilani Elder. And at libero, 5'4" junior from Pensacola, Florida, number 9, Madison Galloway. And now, Nanny fans, it's time to get on your feet and make some noise for your
All right, we have met our starting lineups here for both these squads as we get ready to get this one going. It's a whiteout here at the Patty Center, and these two teams coming in deadlocked, both 4-4 in conference and sitting in fourth place. So a huge match here between these two interstate Alaskan squads. So I'm going to take a little time out here and adjust something on our headset. All right, we are ready to get this one underway. Seawolves and Nanooks here Thursday night, just the lone match here for Alaska this week, and then they'll head back out on the road. But again, a big match right now with Alaska after last week dropping 2 here at home. Looking to get back into a winning way here, and again, with both these teams deadlocked at 4-4 in conference play. And the Nanooks sitting in fourth, tied for fourth with the Seawolves. And Alaska will start out serving, and Riley White puts that one right into the net, catches the top part of the net, and side out quickly goes to Anchorage. So again, when you get these two squads here, your home court advantage, you got to get that one, and nice crowd continues to pour in here on a Thursday night in Fairbanks. Nanooks on the attack. Pierce sends it cross court. Seawolves able to keep it alive. Now Onaga will start it far side. Carly Nielsen comes up with a kill and ties it up at 1. Carly Nielsen ranks second in the GNAC with 3.3 kills per set. So Carly Nielsen always on top of those, some of the stat categories in the GNAC. And that one right through Josie Jansen's fingertips, kind of stood her straight up, and she thought she was going to have something easy, and it went right through the fingertips. And Seawolves with a 1-point lead here. Our opening set just underway here at the Patty Center. This is Madison Galloway, the libero for UAA, to serve. And Elizabeth Jackson leaves no question and puts that one away. Ties it up at 2 and gets the side out back. As Elena Guck and Symphony Henderson, their first time out onto the floor, and Henderson will serve. Head coach Brian Scott in his 10th season for the Nanooks, and Stacy Meisner in her 2nd season leading the Seawolves. And a clean kill here for Anchorage, and they'll bring in a couple players. Hannah Trotter, the 5'9" freshman out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Seawolves with an early 1-point lead. White. Guck with a touch over, and Seawolves able to get under it and keep it alive, and they'll just dump it over. Pierce with a back set. Guck. Free ball for Alaska. Carly Nielsen changes things up in midair, and there's another spatula save. Guck again just shoves it down. We're getting underneath the net, but getting back across after digging that one out. Still alive. Can Alaska do it? And that's 4 hits, so tough break up at the net. And you can see head coach Brian Scott thought one of the Seawolf players had come across. But Anchorage will hang on to the serve, leading by 2 in this opening set. Elizabeth Jackson has a block right back to her. Looks like Alaska into the net. Trotter. Serve number 3 coming up. Nanoks after a tough 5-set loss Saturday afternoon. Boy, they set it far across and nobody there, and Riley White has to just bump it across, and Carly Nielsen. See if they can get the offense going on that now. Nielsen to serve for Alaska, down by 2. And the Seawolves get it right back on that kill. Now we've got Tia Allen. Her first serve for the Seawolves, leading by 3. Far side, Riley White. Wow, look out. Nice effort by Galloway, but Riley White with some authority. And the Nanoks get it back, and Tessa Onaga to serve. See if Alaska can go on a little run. Boy, and Anchorage pays them right back with that cross-court kill. Been the story of the last 2 matches for the Nanoks. They've just not been able to get any kind of a service run going on. 2, maybe 3 points at the most sometimes, and then their opposition could go on a 4 or 5 point run. Carly from the middle, too strong, and that goes out. And the Seawolves lead goes to 4. Larson Anderson, 6-foot junior out of Anchorage, played her high school volleyball at Diamond. Nielsen off, touch off the ceiling. Riley White. Confusion, almost a collision for the Seawolves, and they're going to send it out long. And Alaska will take that hitting error. 3-point Seawolf lead. Ainsley Smith back out on the floor with Rachel Pierce, and Ainsley Smith will serve. Smith has got a dilemma. They've got a spin ride at F&H Fitness Studios tomorrow for the Nanoks, a fundraiser, but she's also a North Pole Patriot, and they've got a semifinal football game at 6 at North Pole, and I saw her and some of the players out there last week as North Pole took on Soldotna, and Alaska comes up with a clean kill. So I'd have to imagine she'll go to the spin class and then zip out to North Pole. As we've got 3 former North Pole Patriot players for the Nanoks. Blocker's got just a touch of that one. Riley White swings away. Smith gets down on that one, but kill for Katie Burchell. Caden Osborne, 5'10", senior from White, and that one goes out wide. And now the Seawolves with a 4-point lead. Here comes Alaska now. Josie Jansen comes up with the kill. And Riley White back to serve. Seawolves find some open space in the back row on Alaska on that kill. Pierce has it knocked right back. And point Anchorage. Seagulls lead now up to 5. And Josie Jansen sends that one right back to Katie Burchill. And that one will get the cold spot super spike. Jansen. Seagulls with a back set, and watch out. Jansen almost into the lap of the 2 assistant coaches with Megan Woods and Kate Atkins. Galloway to serve again, the libero for the Seawolves. Leading by 5 in this opening set. Nielsen gets backed up. They're going to send it right back to her on the left side, and digging it out is Osborne. And the Nanook blockers come over. They may have been into the net. Symphony Henderson back in again to serve for Alaska, now trailing by 4. Boy, that one didn't have anything on it, but sometimes that's all you need. Boy, she runs into the ladder. And Alaska sends that one out deep. Boy, Alaska with some hitting errors early in the match. Bella Burney returns for Anchorage. And Hannah Trotter. Will serve for the Seawolves. Cardi Nilsson from the right side. They're going to set her back up again and go for it. Seawolves dig that one out easily up and over the top. Henderson slides in. Nielsen again. 3rd time's a charm. Pretty much 3 swings for that same spot, and this time able to put it away and get the side out and the serve back for Alaska, and finally gets Alaska into double digits, now down by 4. And Carly Nielsen serves up a much-needed ace for the Nanooks. Got to meet Carly's mom last week here at the Patty Center. Oh, and the Seawolves get it right back on that one from Bella Burney. Four-point lead for UAA. Seawolves were here for the Denali State Bank Ice Block Classic, but these 2 teams don't meet in that preseason play. A nice job by EJ. Little trick play there, a little touch, and it works. And Tessa Onaga will serve for Alaska. See the men's basketball team here. Cross-country run, and there's an ace for Onaga. Second ace for the Nanooks in this opening set, now back within 2. And again, crowd continues to pour in here, and that one stays in. Back-to-back aces for Onaga. And Alaska now back within 1. But you can see Stacy Meisner doesn't really get up. Her assistant, Morgan Ho, who had quite the volleyball career for the Seawolves, now in her 2nd season as an assistant coach. Boy, tough hit for Henderson, and Guck just knocks it across. Opportunity, and Onaga able to dig it out. Carly Nielsen from the middle. Anchorage. Riley White takes a swing and scores and ties us at 15 with that kill. Alaska now getting back in rhythm. Onaga will serve. She's already got two aces. Boy, almost serves up another one. That was tough for Tia Allen. Nanook blockers knock it back in. They dump it across. Henderson dives after it. Now the Nanooks are playing. Up and over the top. Onaga again. And Jansen with the tap, and she scores. Not sure if Bernie was ready for that, but got to her quick. So Jansen with the point. And we got a timeout here. The Seawolves take a timeout. Nanooks lead by 1, 16-15. We'll step aside. We're back in 30 seconds for more Nanook volleyball.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
All right, we're back here at the Patty Center. Seawolves take a timeout as Alaska found themselves in a 5-point hole, unable to dig out of that one, and now find themselves up by 1 in this opening set, 16-15. Seawolves with 1 timeout remaining. Alaska yet to take one in this opening set. Just heard them announce down there, and I mentioned it earlier, that tomorrow at F&H Fitness Studios, they're doing a fundraising ride for the Alaska Nanook volleyball team. 6 o'clock, so if you're in Fairbanks and you want to get a great workout and come support Alaska Nanook volleyball, all the proceeds will be going to the Nanook volleyball squad. Back out of the timeout, you can go to fhfitnessstudios.com, and timeout works here for Anchorage as Bella Burney comes up with the kill. Ties it up at 16. This is what you would expect. Again, both these teams at 4-4 in the GNAC, both tied for 4th place. Central Washington still undefeated in conference play at 7-0. Carly Nielsen. Boy, she can get some power out of that center hit. Guck pushes it over, and there's a whistle. And point Alaska. Net violation on the Seawolves. And Alaska back up by 1. Ainsley Smith will serve again for Alaska. Wow. With authority, Katie Bertzel. 6-foot senior transfer from Tucson, Arizona. Caden Osborne, 5'10" senior out of Anchorage, playing for her hometown college, and she's got a service error into the net, and Alaska will take it right back. Well, it took the crowd a little while to get here, but man, it is filling up nicely tonight. And that one goes just long. Riley White. Boy, not out by much, maybe an inch from getting the back of that tape. But a service error ties it up for the Seawolves. Katie Burchell. So Naga starts out the offense, and Pierce has to get around Smith. Oh, what a miss hit. Smith unable to get to it. Tia Allen didn't have much to work with, had to change it up, but able just to get the soft touch on it. And the point for the Seawolves. 19-18, and they'll do a service error and ties things back up at 19. Elizabeth Jackson dances her way back onto the floor, and Josie Jansen will serve, tied at 19. Jansen Boy, wanting that one back as it got up and over the top of the defenders. I think she was just trying to get something started, but sent it right over the net and a free ball for Anchorage, and they capitalized. And Seawolves first to 20. Got the wet side activated here tonight. And another service error. Ties it up at 20. So you can kind of forgive yourself with a service error when your opponents pay back the favor. 20 all. Symphony Henderson will now serve for Alaska. Nana blockers. Push it down. Another fight at the net, and that one they get it over Elena Guck, and Henderson tries to keep it up off the floor, but unable to. And the Seawolves back up by 1 as this set is going by quickly. Right now, to finish this set, you want to be the team that plays error-free. Both teams with some service errors and some hitting errors. Jackson somehow hangs up there and gets that one behind her head and puts it away. And we are tied at 21 apiece. Carly Nielsen, see if she can get something going, and no, serves out another service error on Alaska. Seawolves will take it. Pretty sure they do not want to repay that favor, and Nanoks take a timeout. 22-21, Seawolves on top. We'll step aside. We're back in 30 seconds with more Nanook volleyball.
NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we're back. Nanooks take a timeout, trailing by 1, and the Seawolves getting ready to serve, leading 22-21 in this opening set. Boy, just getting the opening set is so crucial. Just because of the way the momentum swings, it seems, in volleyball. Sometimes you seem like you've got a firm grip on a match, and the next thing you know, you kind of fall apart sometimes, and then next thing you know, you're going to a 5-setter. 22-21, and Tia Allen, 5'11" junior out of Clayton, Washington. She will serve. Riley White. Oh, and a tough set for Elena Guck, and Seawolves now up by 2 and 2 points away from this opening set. Allen back to serve again. Boy, that set just had nothing on it, and Guck had nothing to work with. Allen, White, Guck. This time, the southpaw strong arms it down and gets that side out back to Alaska. And Tessa Onaga has had a nice serving game here in this opening set. See if she can put together a couple more of those Denali State Bank aces. And here come the Seawolves. Watch out. Symphony Henderson brings up set point for Anchorage. Nanooks will have to fight off 2 if they want to keep this opening set going. And this is Larson Anderson, and Alaska will take their last time out. 24-22 set point coming up for the Seawolves. We'll step aside. More Nanook volleyball in 30 seconds.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, welcome back here. Seawolves with a set point in this first set. Nanoks now out of timeouts. UAA with 1 remaining. Their head coach Stacy Meisner down on a knee talking to her squad. And Morgan Ho off to her left. Meisner, a UAA grad in 2011. Morgan Ho, UAA grad in 2018. Avery Reynolds, a former Alaska Anchorage volleyball player in her first season. Did not make the trip up. Set point number 1 for the Seawolves. And they serve it out long, so Alaska will stay alive on another service error. Rachel Pierce and Ainsley Smith back in, and Smith will serve at set point number 2. Got to win by 2 here, so Smith, big serve coming up. Delivers a nice one and a little touch. Alaska with an opportunity. Riley White up and over the blockers. And Anchorage puts it away, and they'll take the opening set 25-23 and now lead 1 set to love. The teams will swap sides. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll bring it back with the Seawolves leading 1 set to love. More Nanook volleyball coming up. So you do 2. All right, I got it fixed.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
All right, welcome back here to the Patty Center with the Seawolves now leading 1 set to love. Nanoks with an opportunity to get back in that thing right there, but Seawolves come up with a big kill at the end of that first set to take that one 25-23. Again, the Nanoks on a 2-match losing streak here at home in front of the home crowd, looking to turn things around this week as they dropped 2 last week on the Thursday elementary school kids day, and then on Saturday a 5-setter. So we'll see how the Nanoks rebound here. Again, both these teams tied for 4th place The Nanoks 12-6 overall, 4-4 in conference, and UAA 10-8 overall, but also 4-4 in conference play. Central Washington, as we mentioned, still undefeated at 7-0. On top of the conference, Simon Fraser, 6-1, right behind them. And then you've got Western Washington at 5-2. Just this one over here was pointing the wrong way, the little chrome switch. Okay. So we'll see how Nanoks bounce back here. A close one there, dropping that opening set 25-23. Got the starters back out there for both these squads in a big interstate matchup game. Nanook hockey still out on the road. They will not have a home game until December 6th at the Carlson Center, when we get to see what the Carlson Center ice and bleachers look like. And the Seawolves will start out with a service error. So Alaska, good way to get the free point. Well, Nanook's making a change here. Larissa Scadamburlo, her first time in. Scadamburlo here sets it up, and a block for the Seawolves. Leilani Elder, 6-foot senior from Kansas City, Missouri. Emma Beck from Kenai, I see her as a red shirt for the Seawolves, and I remember calling her name a bunch at the high school state tournament last year. The question was, where was she going to go? And about an hour and a half away from Kenai is where she decided to go. And Alaska with a kill for Carly Nielsen. Elizabeth Jackson, Josie Jansen, and Riley White. And Carly Nielsen now, all with 3 kills for the Nanooks. Henderson back to serve. Onaga with her 2 aces, and Carly Nielsen with 1 in that opening set. Henderson, boy, she has been all over the floor trying to get some up with that spatula, unable to get underneath that one. And that'll knot us up at 2 here in the second set, with the Seawolves up 1-0. Madison Galloway. Well, that one just kind of dies off the dig, and Guck has to bump it across on third hit. Henderson to Carly Nielsen. Could be a free ball here, and Guck had a chance to put it away, and Carly Nielsen will finish it. Both teams kind of a little out of position, but able to keep that going. Nanooks up by 1. For Nielsen, that one kind of sailed. Looked like she was trying to get some topspin that never materialized, and it goes out long. Hannah Trotter returns, and she'll serve for UAA. Onaga. Nice job. Symphony Henderson feeds it perfectly to Elizabeth Jackson, and she scores and gets the serve back for Alaska. Coach Brian Scott telling his people where to go to get subbed in. They're very specific on the substitutions. Things that you can and can't do. Sometimes still try to figure it out. Onaga with another nice serve. She's been in the groove, and that one finds pay dirt there in the back row. Point Seawolves ties it up at 4. Seawolves, their largest lead was at 6. In that opening set, Alaska was able to get back into it. Just unable to finish this one off. Josie Jansen with a strong hit. Henderson sends it up high. Elena Guck with an opportunity. And too strong for Galloway as she gets down on that one. And see if the Nanoks can get some momentum going off that kill by Elena Guck. She gets mobbed by her teammates and she goes back to the line. 5-4, 1 point Alaska lead. Ainsley Smith with a tricky serve, and again, boy, Seawolves have had some success sending it deep on those kills. Tia Allen with 5 to lead Anchorage. Bernie Anderson and Bertzill with 3 apiece. Elizabeth Jackson, your kill leader for the Nanooks, with 4. Pierce is clean and ties this up. Well, actually puts Alaska up by 1. Riley White back to serve for Alaska. Nice serve by White. Wow, that's a tough one for her, falling forward. Able to get the dig, but straight into the net. Seawolves will get the side out. And they'll tie things up at 6. Caden Osborne back to serve. Little help from the top of the net. Pierce. Her kill attempt blocked, but blocked out. Let's get Tavern Burlow back in for the Nanooks. Line drive serve as she heads to the middle. Nice job by Jackson, but hits that one out off the kill attempt. Comes right back to her off the Anchorage blockers. 7 up here in the second set with the Seawolves leading 1 set to love. And a miss hit for Katie Bertzill. And Alaska back up 1. See if they can do something off the service error by Anchorage. Symphony Henderson will now serve. Anchorage, Onaga digs it out, back set. Elena Guck. Carly Nielsen with another kill. That'll tie her up with Elizabeth Jackson for 4 on the set. And Alaska with a 2-point lead. Henderson will get the call from head coach Brian Scott. Sends in his signal behind the clipboard. Service error right there. Symphony Henderson with 6 digs in the match. Hannah Trotter with 6 for Anchorage. Galloway. Nielsen off the dig in the set, and she kills it. Nice play by the Nanooks. Started out with Carly Nielsen, then Carly ends it. Alaska first to 10. Onaga, nice high set to Guck. And Guck able to put it right into the blockers and score. Sometimes you don't have to have a big swing, just make it tough for him to handle, and she did. Yes, her teammates are all smiles after that point. Stays in for Tia Allen. Tia Allen now leads both squads with 6 kills. Elena Guck, Carly Nielsen, Elizabeth Jackson with 4 apiece for Alaska. Trotter again. Carly Nielsen from the middle. And she moves into a tie with Allen with 6 kills. Tessa Onaga. 2 service aces in the match so far. Alaska now with a 3-point lead. Guck. Boy, just drops it wide. They're asking her they're going to see if we're going to get a review here. Head coach Brian Scott kind of asking his team, did they touch it? Should we review it? And Nanook say no, we'll just play on. So play will continue with Allen serving. And that one right at Trotter's feet. Nothing she could do with that one. And Alaska with a 3-point lead. Pearson Smith back on the floor for the Nanooks, and Ainsley will serve. Kate Ainsley's North Pole Patriot football team with their semifinal game tomorrow against the Lathrop Malamutes with a trip to the state tournament or state championship game on the line, and double hit on the Seawolves. And Alaska with their largest lead in the match and in this set, lead by 4. Both teams with both their timeouts left. Free ball for Alaska, but boy, they had a tough time with it. Man, this time, Seawolves leave no question. 14-11. Nanooks. Larson Anderson. Riley White again gets that through. Katie Bertzel. And Alaska right back to that 4-point lead. And Riley White in to serve. And a service ace. Seawolves thought that was going out, and I believe the Seawolves are going to take a timeout, and they do. The Nanooks leading by 5 now, 16-11 here in the second set, trailing 1-0. Step away for 30 seconds. More Nanook volleyball coming up.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
All right, we're back here with the Seawolves taking a timeout, now down by 5. Seawolves take the opening set 25-23. We gave some questionnaire out to the Nanook players. It's always nice to get to know the ladies. We'll take a look at number 8, Josie Jansen. Her hometown is Sandy, Oregon. Asked her what she missed most about that. She says friends and family. She's a psychology major, and her plans after coaching, or after graduation, is coaching and sports mental performance. When asked what she likes most about playing for Alaska, she said the lifelong connections and relationships that she has made. And you look at a lot of the players that have come here to Alaska to play. A lot of them say, man, the memories is just something else that you don't get anywhere else. And sometimes that memory is a week-long stretch of 40 below zero temperatures. And Maddox go for the kill and put it right into the hands of Katie Bertzel, and nothing she could do with it, kind of just caught it there. Maddox will extend their lead to 6. Everybody clearing out for Allen. Seawolves just get it across on 3. Here comes Rachel Pierce, and that is good. Point Alaska. Alaska now opening up a nice cushion with that lead to 7, but trailing 1 set to love. Another nice serve by Riley White. Pearson Jansen send it back over Onaga and start this set out. White! Boy, what a hustle by Madison Galloway, unable to get to it. Now the Nanooks will make Anchorage burn their second timeout, and they are going to be out of timeouts. So we'll take another break as well. 19-11, Nanooks on top. More Nanook volleyball coming up in 30 seconds.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
All right, welcome back here. Seawolves out of timeouts. Alaska with both of theirs remaining. Nanooks leading by 8 here. Back to Josie Jansen. Asked her what her favorite genre of music is. She says rock, country, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Zach Bryan. Her favorite food, barbecue, burgers, and seafood. And I love this. When asked what her biggest pet peeve is, she says technology, dependency, and dependent people. So there you go. Hey, it's good to hear our young people say, you know, sometimes being so reliant on technology and facing the phone all the time. So good to see that that's kind of a pet peeve. And Seawolves able to finally get a side out and get the serve back on the service error. But Alaska still with a comfortable 7-point lead. Caden Osborne. See if she can try to get a streak going for the Seawolves, and she gets a service ace right down the line as Alaska thought that one was going to sail out wide, but it catches the line, stays in, and now a 6-point Alaska lead. Nilsson fires away off the ceiling, changes directions. Here comes Nilsson off the heel of the hand. Seawolves keep it up off the floor. Ainsley Smith, little jump set just to stay alive. That one off the blockers. Point Alaska. And Alaska gets to 21st. And they lead by 7, trailing 1 set to love. Looking to tie up the sets here. Jansen, just long. Boy, it wasn't long by much. Anderson had some just sailed just a little bit long, almost like a little bit of that top spin doesn't catch. Smith sets up Carly Nielsen with that one into the net. And the Seawolves draw within 5. Katie Bertzel Again, Riley White fights that one off. Nice job by Onaga. Smith sets up Nielsen, but the blockers come up big for the Seawolves, and the Seawolves going on a mini run. And Alaska will take their first time out now with the Seawolves going on a run, 2016. We'll step aside. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Nanook volleyball.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
All right, welcome back here. Nanook's taking a timeout, try to cool off the run going on by the Seawolves. 2016 as we'll finish off our questionnaire here with Josie Jansen. Asked if she had a special skill or a talent. She says that is fishing. I'm like, yes. And making impulsive decisions. As long as they work out okay, that's good. We asked her, is there anything we should know about Coach Scott or Coach Woods? And she said, there's nothing you should know about my coaches. So we will leave it at that. Josie Jansen, number 8 for the Nanooks. Seawolves back out of the timeout. Free ball for them, and they take advantage of it. And just like that, a 7-point lead has evaporated down to 3. Katie Bertzel. Boy, and they serve up an ace. And just like that, a 2-point Seawolf lead. Boy, you see the Nanook coaching staff and Brian Scott and Kate Atkins talking things over. Seawolves again, though, out of timeouts. Alaska with 1 left. Pierce starts it out, back to Pierce, hoping to finish. Seawolves dump it back in. Pierce again, and this time she delivers and puts an end to that Seawolf run, which is definitely due to come to an end. So Alaska able to get it back, and Symphony Henderson see if she can serve out this second set for the Nanooks, leading by 3. Nanook blockers win that battle at the net. Henderson, Onaga, Guck times it out, but those blockers for the Seawolves do their job and they get it back. 2-point Nanook lead with Madison Galloway back to serve. Galloway serves up an ace. Just like that, it is a 1-point Seawolf lead, and head coach Brian Scott is going to burn his second timeout. 21-20 Nanooks, now just up by 1. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. More Nanook volleyball coming up. All right, we are back here now. Woo-wee! Seawolves, what a comeback down by 7, now just trailing by 1 here in this crucial point of the match. 21-20, Alaska on top. Both teams now out of timeouts. Boy, Alaska was just comfortably cruising on top here. Now the Seawolves with an opportunity to tie it up with Madison Galloway serving. Nanoks will hit the road next week, 24th at St. Martin's, and then the 26th at Western Oregon. Back underway here. Nanoks with a 1-point lead, looking to get that side out. And they're unable to, and the Seawolves serve up an ace and tie it up at 21 apiece. Boy, Nanoks playing with all the confidence in the world, and right now all of a sudden find themselves tied. And all the momentum going Anchorage's way. Henderson sets up EJ, and EJ delivers with the kill. Again, they brought the wet side back. They're doing it for various matches and basketball games. Allen sends it back. Riley White off the heel. They dump it in. Henderson keeps it alive. Elena Guck up and over to the top, and she scores. Nanoks with a 2-point lead, and 2 points away possibly from tying us up at 1 cent apiece. See if Carly Nielsen can get the Alaska to a set point here. And that one mishit by Leilani Elder, and the Nanoks have set point. Seawolves will have to fight off 3. Carly Nielsen will serve. Nielsen with 1 ace in the contest. This will be a great time for her second one. Gets it across. And the Nanoks will tie it up. 25-21, Alaska takes the second set, and we are tied at 1 set apiece. They'll put 5 minutes up on the clock. So Alaska, boy, it looked like they were going to run away with this set. Next thing you know, they're in trouble, and they're able to get out of that trouble and take that second set and tie things up at 1 set apiece. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and bring it back here for set number 3. We've got more Nanook volleyball coming up.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
All right, we are back here at the Patty Center, tied at 1 set apiece. Set number 2, Alaska looked like they were just running away with things. Then all of a sudden the Seawolves quickly swing the momentum around and force Alaska to burn both their timeouts. But Alaska hangs on to take set number 2, 25-21 after the Seawolves open things up 25-23. Ken Viemeyer with you. Nate Pearsall going to join us here for set number 3 and hopefully 4, or maybe we see if we can finish it in 4, Nate.
Absolutely. It's been an exciting one. It's a loud building right now, and we're just hoping to keep this momentum rolling into 3.
Yeah, it's, you come here at the beginning and you don't see all the fans in the seat, but then all of a sudden it just starts to fill up, and a whiteout night here. And having the wet side open tonight, a lot of fans with some smiles on their face on that side.
Absolutely. I think one thing I've learned in my time here is there's a Fairbanks on time. It may not be 20 minutes before the game. It's going to be about 2 to 3 minutes before the game. And, yeah, you'll go from 50 fans here to about 500 real quick.
Right, so definitely in for a good one here as UAA takes the opening set and the Nanoks able to fight back and tie up there. Again, it looked like Alaska was going to run away with that second set. They had an 8-point lead, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're leading by 1, and head coach Brian Scott burns 2 timeouts pretty quickly there at the end after Anchorage was out of timeout. So Alaska able to survive that second set.
Hey, you got 2 timeouts, you might as well use them.
Yeah, and I think survive that one is probably a good term for it here as Riley White will start out set number 3, serving for Alaska. We are back underway, and that one off the Nanook blockers and point Seawolves to start it out. Morgan Ho, former Seawolf player, now assistant coach there, played her days and set all kinds of records for the Seawolves and sticking around on the sideline. Boy, people are starting to fill up here in the balcony. Carly Nielsen. Nice low set. Jansen works with that one nicely and sends it off just a little tap to the right.
A little no look, it seemed like, a little misdirection. I love it.
Yeah, she was kind of up there hanging, but with some good court vision, able to see that open spot off to her right. Tessa Onaga, who's got 2 aces in the match. Nice serve by Onaga. Riley White could be a free ball up here, and Pierce. Good battle at the net. Carly looking to put that one away. Anchorage with an opportunity from the middle, and they're going to send it out long, and Alaska will take that hitting error and now lead 2-1.
Yeah, great work by Riley White back in the back row, keeping that point alive on both sides.
And it's good to see Alaska now all smiles when sometimes you see the seriousness start to creep in when things start to run away. So keep it light and have some fun. Onaga again, cross-court serve works. Pierce somehow gets a fist on it, and Carly Nielsen with Barrow able to dig it out. Opportunity for Anchorage, and Nanook can just get it across on 3, and Smith does. And here come the Seawolves again. Smith down on a knee. Again, she fights it off. Keeps Alaska in it. Pierce looks to kill it. Oh, and Carly Nielsen, you can see her and Onaga kind of looking at each other. And Onaga laying out for it and Carly letting off. So point Seawolves.
The way the last few points have gone, the word you said is perfect, survive. Both sides are surviving. Right. Both sides are keeping that ball up. It's going to be a fun 3-4, hopefully 5th set.
Tied at 2. And again, Madison Galloway has had a solid serving game for the Seawolves in this match. Pierce just gets it across. Riley White will start it out. Jackson. Oh, a miscommunication. I think Jackson and Smith called for it and then called each other off.
Absolutely.
You got it, I got it, no, you got it. But sometimes when you're looking up in the air and then you can feel them coming, and then you just stop for 1 split second, and that's all it takes. And just like that, the Seawolves with a 1-point lead here in this 3rd set, tied at 1 set apiece. EJ swings away and into the net, I believe.
Yep.
So the Seawolves will get that, and now with a 2-point lead. Point again, in a tight one like this, you really want to keep those service errors to a minimum and your hitting errors, and hopefully use the errors off your opponent to your advantage and get some points off it. But sometimes the Nanoks have struggled there. And they'll take this one. And these are the times when you can get that back and you really want to put together a little run of your own.
Absolutely, and I think that's something that this year's team especially has done such a great job of, is just they're never out of anything, whether it's 10 points. You would see some sets maybe last year, a couple years ago, and 25-15 this year. If they're down, they're making a run at it and pulling within 2 or 3.
Symphony Henderson. That one off the blockers, but Onaga able to do something with it. Riley White from the back row. And Jackson with a block. Good opportunity for Alaska. Elena Guck. Has it hit right back to her. She's going to send it deep. Riley White lays out for it. And man, the hustle of Onaga there. You just think you have no chance at it, and here she comes for it.
Absolutely. It gives me flashes of Jess Long from a couple of years ago. Just an unbelievable coverage of the court.
I think did that one make Sports Center?
Unfortunately not. I made a strong push for it. It unfortunately did not.
Man, and the thing with that one was it was a match winner.
Absolutely.
Too. It wasn't just a point, it was the match winner.
From inside the free throw line too.
Yeah, it was crazy. Jackson. Get the Seawolves into the net, so point Alaska. And Alaska back within 1.
Yeah, and anytime you're talking about the free throw line in volleyball, I mean, that's just crazy.
Right. Yeah, that footage, I think it popped up on a memory on my social media. I still can't believe it.
The amount of people who were sending that clip in from around the arena was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, all the different angles.
I think I had about 15 different angles.
Onaga sets up White, and Anchorage blocks it out. And Alaska ties it up at 5 apiece here in the 3rd set. Tied at 1 set apiece. Carly Nielsen back to serve again for Alaska. Nielsen, a nice hard serve, and she'll serve up a Denali State Bank ace in your face. A big one right there at this point of the match.
Absolutely.
Nielsen now ties Onaga with 2 service aces, and Carly Nielsen with 7 kills to lead everybody in that category. Boy, just get a hand on it, and White keeps it alive. Henderson calmly starts it out. Elena Guck sends it deep, and boy, miscommunication, as you could see. Katie Bertzel kind of just putting a hand out there when she had Tia Allen falling for it.
Guck threw a little bit of a change-up at him as well. I think it might have caught him off a step there.
And then you get a southpaw hitter over on the right side. It's kind of like looking at a left-handed pitcher sometimes. And there's an ace. That one had all kinds of English that fooled the Seawolves.
Yeah, our 3rd of the night.
So that thing was going like side to side. A lot of times you'll see a top spin or a sinker. That thing had some side to side action. 3-point Alaska lead. And again, Allen has a tough time with that one, but Anchorage able to get it back there and put an end to that little quick run. Tia Allen will take her time walking back to serve it up for the Seawolves, trailing by 2 here in this third set. Guck, man, not gonna just dump it in that time.
Absolutely. There's a couple of players on the Alaska Anchorage team who, when they hit it, it sounds so different.
Right.
And Guck, I mean, Nielsen, Riley White, they bring the boom. It's pretty incredible.
And she's kind of struggled the first 2 sets. Maybe not so much struggle, but had some tough sets to handle and just haven't been able to really swing away. And this time the blockers put it down off of the Nanooks. Point Seawolves, but man, if she gets that perfect set, watch out if you're on the other side.
Yeah, she's up to 7 kills. Carly Nielsen at 7 and Riley White at 7, leading the way for the Nanooks.
Larson Anderson will serve.
Caught a little bit of the forearm on that back line there.
I was watching the gentleman on his phone waving. I think he maybe has somebody watching the live stream possibly, because I know he wasn't waving at me and there's nobody right in front of us. So I think maybe somebody's telling him, I see you on the back of your head or something, maybe on the stream.
Like I said, you know it's a packed house when people are starting to sit up here. It's a good feeling.
Right. And again, you know, when you get a home match, especially against your arch rivals, the Seawolves, and wow, Onaga with another nice effort at it, just unable to get under that. Boy, Onaga she just throws herself around recklessly, but goes after everything.
Absolutely, and it's just part of that read. Whether you're 10 feet away or not, if that first step's right, you're just full go, commit.
And just like that, we are tied at 9, tied 1 set apiece, with 2 teams that are tied for 4th and 4-4 in the GNAC, and Alaska will take that service error. So coming into this one, you know, when you are deadlocked, you know, you don't want to fall down. You want to start making that step back up, especially with Central Washington right now, 7-0 in the GNAC.
And that's such a big thing in the GNAC, is not having a conference tournament at the end of the year. You want to be in that top 4 and give yourself a battling chance for that regional spot.
Ainsley Smith just calm right there. Pierce, such a great addition this year for Alaska, and Onaga again lays out for it, just unable to get to it. Boy, Onaga, she sure gets that hand out there, but man, just been a little bit short on a couple of those attempts. And they're tied at 10 apiece. Tied 1 set apiece as well. Riley White. Pierce up over the top, and she scores. Oh, it's still alive. And Jansen, well, they called that one dead, so it must not have got the hand under there on that spatula. Unable to flip the pancake, and Alaska will take the point. And Riley White will serve. Seawolves handle that one. They push it up and over. Smith, Carly Nielsen, a deadly combination, and it works. Ainsley Smith, how far ahead is she on assist in the GNAC? Miles away?
You know, I'll have to double check on that one.
Yeah, because I know we had some. I got some of the stats here, but yeah.
No, we got a good tandem duo going at setter. It's such a rare thing to have two starting setters, basically, just being able to rotate in and out. Sometimes they're running that 2-setter set with Symphony Henderson.
Seawolves get the point in the side out. And Katie Bertzel back to serve again for Anchorage. Onaga. Josie Jansen delivers the kill. Ainsley Smith with another assist. 2-point Nanook lead. See some of the men's basketball team coming in here, and I was listening to them talk about it. Sounds like we're going to have opening games for the men and the women's team on the same day.
Correct.
For like alumni and what, a blue gold?
Yeah, so the men will play at 2:30 next Saturday on the 26th, and the women will follow up at 5 with their blue gold. So come on out, have a full day of Nanooks basketball, both men's and women's, and stick around for some good times. I'm sure we'll do a poster signing afterwards and get to know the new players, get to see the familiar faces.
Yeah, head coach Franco Stanek coming in late and having to go to work immediately and putting together that squad. Alaska now with a 1-point lead, looking to see if they can get a side out. Rachel Pierce delivers that one hard. A couple Seawolf players run into each other. Tough angle, unable to get it across is Tia Allen. So Alaska will get it back and lead back to 2 as Guck and Symphony Henderson back onto the floor for Alaska, and Henderson will serve. And the Nanoks will head back out on the road next week. Every match so crucial in the GNAC. Alaska with the blockers, but knocked that one out of bounds. And it just seems like we get to this point of the season that the Nanook volleyball season just always feels like it goes so fast because it starts early, you know, and school hasn't really got that feel yet. And then next thing you know, your season starts getting close to winding up.
Absolutely, and it's funny. I was just talking to Cohen Ross on the cross-country team and said the same exact thing about cross-country. You know, those fall sports just seem to go. And I don't want them to go, but it just happens.
Well, a lot of those cross-country runners, though, get to strap the skis on and continue on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been nice to see those two sports, remain as a dual sport opportunity, but also take on a life of their own. You know, we have so many now just skiers and so many now just cross-country athletes. I think it's the best of both worlds, and it's just, I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come up and do two sports in such an awesome location.
Boy, Guck and Onaga almost collide. Riley White with a swing, but the blockers come up big for Anchorage and keep them right in it now, trailing by 1. And Tia Allen back to serve for the Seawolves.
And to answer your question from earlier, Ainsley Smith coming into tonight had a nearly 150 assist lead in the GNAC in totals.
Wow.
She's also benefiting from that Alaska exception with the NCAA game, so she's played a couple more games, but it's a sizable lead coming into tonight.
Riley White back to Allen. Far side, Onaga starts it. That one, Carly Nielsen usually would just drill, but the set tough, and Elizabeth Jackson with a little battle there, kind of coming across at the net. One hands it, and Anchorage wins that battle and ties it up at 15. And Tia Allen will serve here at 15 all in this third set. Tied 1 set all, and service error on Tia Allen. Tia Allen and Katie Bertzel with 8 kills apiece for the Seawolves. Tia Allen with 3 blocks. Leilani Elder leads with 6. Jackson off Allen's chest. Elena Guck gets down on that one. Here comes Riley White, and she scores. Nanoks run off 2 real quickly there to break that 15-all deadlock and now lead 17-15. Elizabeth Jackson, the 6'2 senior out of Graham, North Carolina, back to serve. And she sends it out long on that service error. But just when you start feeling things, you start getting a little momentum going, then all of a sudden a service error. You know, you can almost feel the coach's breath up here too. Just because I know, talking to Brian Scott about that sometimes, it's just like, oh, sometimes you just get something going, then that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
But hey, we're both tennis players. Nobody's perfect on the serve.
Exactly. You got to get used to that lifestyle.
Right. Josie Jansen will get the point, and the serve back to Alaska. Ainsley Smith back to serve, one of the 3 North Pole Patriots on this team. And yeah, last week when Soldotna was out there, I looked down in the stands and there was Smith with quite a few of her teammates all bundled up. It was a little chilly, and there Alaska comes up with another big kill and makes it a 3-point Nanook lead.
Yeah, Nielsen from the back row. I think that's given her 9 kills on the night.
Yeah, we'll get a timeout here. Seawolves take their first timeout, trailing by 3. We'll take a break as well. 19-16, Nanooks on top. We're back in 30 seconds.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown.
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
All right, we are back here. Anchorage on a timeout here, trying to slow down Alaska. Now Alaska leading 19-16. Ken Viemeyer and Nate Pearsall. I was just asking if you saw some of that Yankee game today. Man, this is when I really like baseball.
Absolutely.
You can take all those regular season games, but once you get into the playoff, but some giant home runs, and boy, with Aaron Judge out there, you got to watch out. But making it interesting for sure. Let's talk about interesting, this match right here. Everything that you could hope for. Again, two teams tied in fourth place in the GNAC, 4-4 conference records. We did have Anchorage up here for the Denali State Bank Ice Block Classic, but these two teams did not meet. But now, when it all matters, right here, tied at one set apiece, Anamix with the serve through Ainsley Smith. And here comes Alaska Jansen. Free ball for the Nanooks. Pierce. Boy, she had to take some steps to get to that one. Carly Nielsen again from the back row. Wow, she comfortable back there.
Absolutely. Give her 10 on the night now.
Wow. Boy, they are feeding her perfect back there. Usually we see her over there mainly more on the left side. They kind of switching things around a little bit. They are. It's working. And that one, the Seawolves will get back off the blockers of Pierce and Jansen. 3-point Nanook lead. Seawolves with one timeout remaining. Alaska with both of theirs. Caden Osborne. Back to serve. Boy, and backs up Nielsen. Up off the shoulder, and Riley White gets the back of the tape, and point Nooks. Line judge right on top of that one, and you love when you see him make a confident call.
Absolutely. I'm confident in our line judges. I think we've got some of the best line judges out there.
Riley White with the Nanooks back up 4. Onaga digs it out, but nobody there to help out. And the Seawolves. Katie Bertzill will serve with a 3-point deficit to UAA in this third set. Bertzill takes her time. Smith, Jansen, Anchorage comes up big. Tia Allen with the block.
Yeah, teaming up with Leilani Elder, taking away that angle.
Elder was 6 blocks. That's what I've got here. Now a 2-point Nanook lead. Carly Nielsen over to that right side, and it stays in. Point Alaska, and the side out right back to him as EJ returns, and Tessa Onaga, her first year as a Nanook.
Yeah, what a great addition. It's just been back row, libero after libero. It seems like in the transfer portal or freshman, it's just it's a great pipeline to have.
And it's always good when someone from Hawaii says, yeah, I'll spend a winter in Alaska. Why not? She can always go home to the beach at some point. You might as well come see all sides of everything. And the Seawolves have seen enough, and they're going to take their last time out, trailing 23-19. We'll take a break as well. More Nanook volleyball coming up in 30 seconds.
NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we're back here. Quick, want to mention Charlotte Fletcher Stables of the Alaska Nanook swim team named the Pacific Collegiate Swim and Dive Conference's Female Swimmer of the Week after her showing in Alaska's dual meets against San Diego State last weekend. First weekly award of her career.
Yeah, the swim team is just improving week after week. Sani Gramova doing a great job as the head coach. Logan Indes coming in as the new assistant coach this year. Times are getting faster, and they're just each day they're more and more competitive. So it's super fun to watch, and I'm excited for us to get into that PCSC action.
Yeah, for a lot of people that may not have ever been here to the Patty Center, they'll listen, with their kids up here. We got a swimming pool here. We got the rifle range downstairs, and now with the brand new gymnasium here with all the improvements that we've had. So it's really, turning into a really nice place, and all the banners and everything on the walls and in the hallways as well. But we're back underway here. Riley White. Boy, nice look by Tia Allen as she was able to make White have to lay out for that one. And that'll keep Alaska away from a set point for the time being. The lead at 3. And Madison Galloway will serve. Riley White. Elizabeth Jackson off the short set.
I'm going to call UJ in the net. Might get a review out of that one.
Head coach Brian Scott up asking her, and she's not going to argue it too hard. So another serve coming up for Galloway.
I do love the trust that Coach Brian Scott puts in his team. Just say yes or no. Let me know if I need it. Needs a challenge.
Nielsen, Pierce. There's an opportunity for Alaska. Jackson runs into Smith, and that one goes out long, but let's see. Same point, Nooks off the blocker, so Alaska will get it. Boy, a lot happening right there. Seawolves are out of timeouts, and the crowd on their feet. Set point Nanooks. Seawolves will have to fight off 3. Symphony Henderson with the crowd on their feet. And her teammates down on the floor. Lofts it in there. Still up on the line. Carly Nielsen, what can she do with it? Seawolves. Wow, Naga down on the herder split. That is a tough hit, just trying to stay alive. Seawolves fight off set point number 1. Boy, confident though by the Seawolves there, not holding back, on that set point. And I think Brian Scott going to take a timeout, so we'll take a break as well. Nanooks with a set point here, set point number 2. Coming up in 30 seconds, and more Nanook volleyball on the way.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we are back here. Nanooks take a timeout, leading here by 2. Second set point coming up for the Nanooks on the Seawolves serve. Tied at 1 set apiece. Interstate rivalry time. We've also got another Anchorage team in town. Ice Dogs taking on the Anchorage Wolverines this weekend at the Big Dipper. Nanook hockey out on the road, which, you know what? They're going to get to do a lot of team bonding for sure this season.
Absolutely, yeah. The guys went out and went to the zoo this week. They went downtown Chicago. I know they got a nice dinner. It's worth it for them when they're on the road that long.
Right.
Yeah, they've had some time to explore the big city, and now they're down in South Bend playing Notre Dame starting tomorrow.
Set point number 2 on the way for Alaska. Guck. Seawolves stay alive. Nanooks look to finish. Carly Nielsen again blocked back in and the dumped in. And it's going to go out, and Alaska will hang on to take set number 3, 25-22. And now Alaska leading 2-1 here. So, wow, that's the one you need right there.
Absolutely. A big turn of events, especially offensively. I know the Nanooks started out with 1 kill in their first, I think, 5 attempts with 4 errors. They're hitting about negative 286 or so, and they end that one hitting 240, 238, and they kind of withstood the UAA offensive too. They hit 263 that set, and I think 2 aces played the big part for Alaska, kind of swung the tide their way.
All right, so the teams will switch them up. We'll take a break as well. Nanooks lead this one 2-1. More Nanook volleyball coming up. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
What's up, all good?
All right, we are back here with the Nanooks taking that third set, now leading 2-1, and you get that lead, and you really want to see if you can finish it here in 4, because you go to that fifth set, anything can happen, especially when you go to 15.
Absolutely, and I've seen some crazy Alaska UAA matches in my 6 years up here, and I can just feel this one already going down that path.
Well, this is, I mean, when you come in and you take a look at all the numbers and everything, both these teams just pretty much mirroring each other, and you put interstate rivalry into it, you know, and it's great to see that the Nanook crowd has come out here in force, realizing that, you know, hey, they need us here. They can thrive off us if, you know, like they got the 12th man in Seattle, you know, make this the 7th man here at UAF.
Absolutely, and I think a lot, I mean, aside from Anchorage, I think any other team coming into this building, that is our advantage. Is you're traveling all the way up to Alaska, but with Anchorage, yeah, it's just a 6-hour drive, a 45-minute flight, whatever route they took. They're used to this. They're kind of in their element. But I know coming in here with the low ceiling, especially, some of the play style changes for teams, and it creates a little bit of havoc for them.
Oh yeah, I mean down there at the Alaska Airlines Center in Anchorage, you know, with that facility that the Seawolves have, you know, the ceiling is non-existent. I think you would have to have somebody completely kick it to try to even get it up there to that ceiling here. So Alaska right now with a very important 1-set lead, leading 2-1 as we go to our 4th set. But again, with the way the momentum swings in volleyball, it's just so hard to tell. Even in that 2nd set, when the Nanooks were up by 7, you know.
Absolutely.
And the next thing you know, everything is turned around.
It's kind of the beauty of the sport. It reminds me of baseball in a way. You got to get used to hitting 200, 300, whatever it may be. You're going to fail 7 times out of 10, but you're going to love the outcome if you're swinging 300.
Right, and man, you talk about that. We saw that in the Guardians-Yankee game. It was extra innings, home runs deciding things. Anchorage fires away off the ceiling, and the Nanooks able to come up with the kill from Carly Nielsen.
There's Tessa Onaga again, keeping that point alive. Leilani Elder kind of leaned into that one, but she able just to get it up and give us a chance.
Well, and that one had come off the ceiling as well, so a tough hit right there. And Onaga, she's fearless with that stuff coming at her.
You got to be to play the libero position.
Onaga, left-handed serve. Leilani, and here's a free ball. Leilani will just drop it in, and Smith goes to work with it. And nice effort by Galloway trying to keep that one alive, but into the crowd it goes. And Alaska with a quick 2-0 run to start this 4th set. Be a good confidence builder. You can do a 3 or 4 point run. Tia Allen had to stutter step backwards to handle that one. Amazing how a little touch like that can just get you guys. I mean, everybody, all the blockers were up in the air as it was for Alaska.
Absolutely. You got Onaga sliding in at the knees thinking it's her ball, and EJ's getting just a little bit of a knuckle on there, and yeah, it can throw the whole rotation off, or the tip drill a little bit.
Seawolves able to put an end to Onaga's little mini run, and EJ will take it right back. Boy, when she gets wound up as well, look out.
Absolutely.
They sure missed her last year. She missed quite a bit of the season with injuries, so it's great to see her healthy again.
When she's on the court, she's one of the best blockers in the GNAC confidently, and she's easily a top 10 blocker in the country. Her presence was so missed in the middle there.
Henderson serves it 3-1. Onaga again down on it. Boy, a good day for her to have the sleeves on.
Absolutely.
She has been down there a lot. Fill up the ice bath for her. Galloway will serve trailing by 1 in the 4th set. Drills it at Nielsen. White just steps in to keep it up. Anchorage. Henderson handles it. Onaga back set Guck, and she scores. Now you get Guck over on the left side with that left-hand hitter. I guess I would have to ask her where she would rather hit, you know, being a southpaw.
That's fair, that's fair.
I mean, I think on that side you get some more down the line ones.
Yeah.
But she's done some on that right side as well. Some really Pretty sweet hit she's had. Carly Nielsen lays out for that one, but point Seawolves. Again, another battle is on here.
It's pretty incredible being at this angle and seeing the serves. I mean, Carly Nielsen just dropped an elevator, basically. That ball dropped about 3 feet at midway.
Oh, yeah. And you can see it doing that here. When you're looking at it, it's doing all kinds of things coming at you. White
sends it to the 18th row.
Wow. Galloway down into that hurdle stretch as well, but wow. Riley White with some power. And all smiles as she gets the body bump by all of her teammates.
That puts her into the double digits on kills. She's got 10 kills on the day, 6 digs, hitting 421.
EJ. She just happy to get up. Or to send it over to one of her teammates and they're able to come up with a catch.
Maybe not her comfort zone, maybe right. Missing the net a little bit there, but hey, as long as you have that spirit in you, I'll put you anywhere.
Right. White to Henderson, and Guck comes across. Well, it almost looked like Jansen was going to go up for it as well.
That'll also put Guck in double digits. That's her 10th kill on the night. We got 3 Nanoks with 10-plus kills tonight. Ainsley Smith with 21 assists, Symphony Anderson with 19, and Tessa Onaga with 11, really spreading the love around on the distribution.
Right. And Ainsley Smith back to serve. Smith just awaits that one. Pierce going to have to do something different with it, and Stable to stay on the Nanook side, just punch it across. Onaga will start out this offensive set. Nielsen to the back row. Far side, Seawolves off the heel. White delivers it back to Allen. Onaga again on a knee. Riley White sends it back row and scores. What a rally.
Absolutely.
Great job by both teams of not letting anything get past them. Boy, that's one of those ones that's like, okay, now you can breathe, girls. Timeout here on the floor. Take that, Seawolves. Seawolves take a timeout. We'll take a break as well. Nanoks lead by 3 here in the 4th set, leading 2-1. More Nanook volleyball coming up in 30 seconds.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, we are back here. 4th set, Nanoks leading by 3. Seawolves taking an early timeout here just to, you don't want to find yourselves down too far here, so burn that timeout quick and see if you can swing the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a chance worth taking.
Nanoks drop the first set 25-23, then come back 25-21 to take the second set, and then 25-22 in the 3rd set. Brings us to where we are now, 2-1 Alaska lead, and Ainsley Smith serving at 7-4 in the 4th set. Wow, that one, I don't know if Jansen was hanging onto her ponytail like it might have caught her right there or off the shoulder. Seawolves with the point. And Larson Anderson on the serve. Riley White tough at the net. Smith into the net. So Anchorage will get that point, and now they cut the lead down to 1. Anderson will serve it up. Boy, Smith has had some tough grabs there, and nobody in the back row for Anchorage, and the Seawolves, or the Nanoks, make them pay. Everybody coming forward, and Alaska finds the open hard floor back there. Riley White will serve it up for Alaska with a lead back to 2.
We got some Seawolves chants going on. It kind of threw me off there for a sec.
I think they're the what's the Seawolf over there. Given that one. So, yeah, I see basketball team. What is this, cross country?
Yeah, we got some basketball team, and then we've got rifle working the ball shaggers tonight. I know we got some cross country in the house. They're home after a nice trip to Illinois last weekend. And again, we had Cohen Ross singing the national anthem tonight. He's a 4-year runner, so he's kind of become a staple in the Patty Center with singing the national anthem. He does a great job.
Yeah, he does. He was great at the Big Dipper at the hockey game. Alaska with an opportunity here. Pierce off the blockers. Wow, somehow the Seawolves score. Man, that started with Tia Allen way in the back. Just kind of a dig it out opportunity, and that Leilani gets a piece of that.
Kind of shocked Pierce. She went up for the block, and all of a sudden the ball's dropping with her.
Tied at 8. Back to Nielsen. Good job by Galloway to dig it out.
Calling Pierce in the net.
Pierce in the net. So the Seawolves with their first lead here in set number 4.
Yeah, both sides have come out swinging it. UA is hitting 375, and Alaska's hitting 533 to start this set. A lot to play for.
Yeah, and we will take the service error right there and erases that lead that the Seawolves had momentarily, 9-all with Tessa Onaga back to serve. Great to see all these kids showing up here to the Patty Center. Pierce just going to let them enjoy the balcony as they enjoy the match. Elder, some tricky, some good hands. Carly Nielsen has it blocked back. Pierce has to adjust. Boy, she had that one kind of come up over the top of her head.
Yeah, moving a little bit back to her right, looking like an outfielder on that turn a little bit.
Seawolves will find themselves back up by 1, 10-9, set number 4. 2-1 Nanook lead in sets. Riley White. EJ, they're going to say not off the blockers, sole point to the Seawolves.
And they're going to the challenge.
So they're going to challenge this one. Okay, so as far as challenges per set, how many challenges does each team get?
I might have to re-up myself on the rule. The rule has changed so many times in the last couple of years.
So, like, if you use one and you're successful, you keep it.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
If you aren't successful, you lose it. But, yeah, we'll have to take a look into the bylaws of the 3rd bylaw, the 4th bylaw. While you're looking at that, we've got Nanook hockey out on the road where they're living, and they've had some tough losses, 2-2-1 losses to Michigan Tech last weekend, and it doesn't get much easier this weekend as they go to Notre Dame. Notre Dame are in the top 15 in the nation.
I think they're 18th, but 18th? Yeah, just outside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the independent schedule is you got to challenge yourself. We unfortunately fell just short a couple of years ago, and we had some really good wins, and we went 17-3, I believe, down the stretch in our final 20 games. But that strength of schedule really does come back at times. And I know as an independent team, it's tough to find those schedules. Their conference schedules are built out, and they only have a certain amount of windows to play those non-conference games. But yeah, it's exciting. I mean, we've been winning for years now, and it will come. 2 overtime losses against 2 really good teams, Penn State and Michigan Tech. Yeah, we got a little bit of a dance-off going on down here.
Caterpillar going on, doing the worm, and now the challenge is on. As you see, the Seawolves were doing a little line dance thing here. Oh, let's see now. They're calling them out. Look at Guck going, come on, who's going to bring it to the floor here? Oh, now here we go. Now the whole team's going to get on.
They might be asking for music requests at the moment. Who knows?
Right.
The whole team is into it.
Might as well do the conga dance over here as the challenge continues. Alaska taking the challenge, and the crowd loving the spirit from their Alaska Anchorage volleyball team.
I forgot what we were even challenging. This has become a whole new thing.
Yeah, I forget too. I think one of our players called in the net, possibly.
I think that, yes, you're right. Challenging a touch.
So now they will make the call as they put the instant replay screen back down. And it'll stay there, so the challenge unacceptable or not overturned. So head coach Brian Scott unsuccessful on that challenge. And the Seawolves lead at 2 with Larson Anderson.
And just to go back to that challenge, it is each team starts with 2 challenges, and then if a 5th set is played, each team receives an additional.
And Alaska sends that one deep. And the Seawolves now lead by 3. 12-9. Anderson to serve it again. Carly, back to Carly. And that has worked perfectly tonight as Carly will start things out and Smith will send it right back to her.
It's going to give Nielsen 14 kills on the night. Swinging 237, 3 aces, 5 digs, 3 total blocks with a block solo. She's having a great night. But when doesn't she have a great night? It seems like even in a win or loss, she's having a great night.
Well, you can see why she always gets picked that early season GNAC.
Those are going to be some big shoes to fill, but, you know, knowing Coach Scott's history, he's going to find somebody to do it.
Elena Guck with some power. This time from that far side. Nanox will get the side out and back within 1 point. Symphony Henderson to serve. Elena Guck is just like, just keep feeding me. Right there. I'll keep delivering.
Great
wow,
ball.
and it works. That was Caden Osborne with the no look. But some of those players, those setters, know exactly when to drop that in there.
Absolutely. Speaking of tennis, it's like going alley. If you're a doubles player, you just know.
Right. And now Galloway serves with a 2-point lead. Henderson has to completely cross the front line. And everybody looking at each other for Alaska. Nielsen was heading that way. And then when you're up here, you can't always hear the talk down there. So maybe, I don't know if somebody called her off or said, I had it, or else then they all started looking. But point Seawolves is Galloway putting together a little Anchorage run. And Nielsen has seen enough of that. Carly with another kill. Side out, Alaska back within 2, and Carly to serve.
It's the Nanox 59th kill on the night. They're out hitting the Seawolves 59 to 44 on the kills.
Well, we can't help but across on the serve. Elena Guck would have been right there. Carly Nielsen, one of a rare error for her in a match.
As I was saying, unfortunately, the Nanox 10th service error, joining Anchorage with 10.
3-point Seawolf lead. Hannah Trotter delivers it deep for Onaga. Elena Guck even maybe on a miss hit right there. That thing should have been back row, but it went cross court.
A little screwball action, I like it.
Right. Hey, look, if it was changing direction, maybe when she went to swing and hit it, it still worked and able to stay in. Keep between the white lines, it works. Nanox now within 2 and a service ace delivered. Perfect time for that from Elizabeth Jackson. Jackson is just putting together a solid match here with blocks, kills, and getting in on the service. And she's able to come up and lay out for that one. Seawolves with a chance. Nanox say no. Jansen on the block. The Buccos block, and here comes another $5 Buccos coffee card. Love that they've got that worked out with Buccos.
Absolutely. Yeah, Marissa Shera has done such a great job in just expanding the game feel for fans. We're a small department, but we wear a lot of hats and we make it happen. And I think I look back at where we were 6 years ago, and we were in a good spot, but holy cow, we're in such a better spot now.
Yeah, so Seawolves able to get it right back, and Tia Allen will now serve as Elizabeth Jackson comes up and does everything she could. And we'll take the service error off Tia Allen and tie it back up at 16. Boy, so crucial right here, especially for Alaska when you got that one set little cushion here. You don't want to go to 5. But at least you have a little breathing room knowing that if you need to, you can. Ainsley Smith knotted at 16, set number 4. Nanook blockers do their job, and Smith with a nice try at it. But a nice windup by the Seawolves to get the serve back and a lead by 1. Fans definitely getting their money's worth tonight here on whiteout night. Riley White starts it out and looks to finish it, but coming up big there again is Bella Burney at the net. 2-point Seawolf lead. Kind of a nice week for the Nanooks, just having one match for the week.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like October every year we get that. We get about a week stretch where we got one home game, maybe 2 home games, but not much. And then everybody on the road next week, other than basketball, but they're scrimmages, so
right.
Makes life a little bit easier for us.
Smith keeps that alive. Pierce gets it into the back row, and Anderson unable to handle that one, and the Nanooks get it back and back within 1.
Pierce was covering her face a little bit. I think she knew she mishit that one, but hey, it's a line drive in the books. It's
exactly.
A point's a point, and you take it, and you don't look back.
Nice block, and it goes out, and we are tied at 18.
How about that?
And again, Carly Nielsen up there on the block. Where's she at in the block totals now?
That is her 3rd block assist, and she's got 1 block solo to go along with it.
Riley White with a nice serve and serves up an ace. And Alaska up by 1. Riley White looks to get Alaska to 21st. Leading by 1, leading 2 sets to 1. And another ace for Riley White, gets Alaska to 20. And the Seawolves are going to take a timeout. I believe that's probably going to be the time for the Pizza Hut delivery of the game, so we'll take a timeout as well. Nanooks 20, Seawolves 18. More Nanook volleyball coming up in 30 seconds. All right, we are back here. Seawolves out of timeouts. Alaska with 2 timeouts remaining, but we were in this scenario earlier in this match where the Seawolves were out of timeouts, and Alaska had 2 timeouts remaining, but Alaska had a 7-point lead that the Seawolves were able to whittle away, but the Nanooks survived in that set. Right now we're leading 2 sets to 1. Nanooks with a 2-point lead. Again, Seawolves now out of timeouts. Nanooks with both of theirs, and Riley White, after just serving up an ace, see if she can give us another one here. Just keep it in play. It's always big when you're the first team to get to 20, and another ace, back-to-back aces for Riley White. Boy, talk about something you need at a crucial point, and one of your veteran players able to deliver it.
Absolutely. He may not be smiling, but I know Coach Scott's smiling on the inside after that. That's how you come out of a timeout right there.
Exactly. And soft by Katie Bertzel, trying to go up and over the top. A little mishit by her. And everything going Alaska's way right now. Leading by 4. White. Nanook blockers do their job. Smith back to Pierce. Pierce into the back row. Yeah, everybody looking for the double hit, and they're going to get it, and that's going to put Alaska 2 points away from the match.
Yeah, this momentum has absolutely swung. You know, it was in favor of the Nanooks, but out of that timeout, it has been full Fairbanks.
Riley White, this would be a great time to get a hat trick of service aces. Smith, Onaga, and Alaska through Carly Pierce gets it to match point. The Seawolves would have to fight off 6 of these to keep this match going. Match point number 1, Riley White. Oh, serves it into the net after doing so great, but the Nanooks still with a lot of cushion right here. Anchorage again facing 5 match points. Caden Osborne will serve, but Seawolves have fought back before, so this one far from over. Nielsen, short set, and Alaska's gonna take it. 25-19 and beat the Seawolves here at home. Something that used to be impossible for Alaska to do, but we have become real successful holding the home court against our in-state rival team.
Absolutely. It's something beautiful you see. I mean, it's such a heavy presence down in Anchorage for it felt like a decade.
Right.
Even well before I ever came up to Alaska, I knew who Alaska Anchorage was.
Right.
And you know, it's just, again, I think it's just part of what Coach Brian Scott has kind of brought to this program, bringing in Megan Woods as his assistant and Kate Atkins obviously having probably a top 5 individual career ever up here and sticking through to kind of usher in that new era of Alaska Nanooks volleyball.
Well, the Nanooks give the home crowd a nice Thursday night win over the Seawolves, and we'll get our player of the game and head coach Brian Scott up here. We're going to get the camera ready to change out, so we'll get the head coach of your Alaska Nanooks up here and our player of the game, who's yet to be named here. I'm sure they're going to announce that real soon, but the Nanooks take this one 3-1 after dropping that first set. And we're going to get our player of the game announced here.
Got to guess, might be Carly.
Carly Nielsen, there we go. Definitely have to say, what was her kind of final stats there? Do you have them in front of you?
Yeah, Nielsen ended the night with 16 kills on 40 attacks, 275 hit percentage, 3 aces, 5 digs, 1 block solo, and 3 block assists for 21.5 points. Just an all-around showing from an all-around player. There's a reason she's all-conference, like you said earlier, and there's a reason she's on her way to another all-conference honor this year.
All right, well, we're going to get the camera and everything turned around. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Nanooks take this one, 3-1. More Nanook volleyball coming up here. We'll talk to the head coach and the player of the game.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II. where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
All right, welcome back here. Carly Nielsen making her way up here, your player of the game. Another solid game. But, I mean, how great is it, again, to beat Anchorage here in Fairbanks?
Oh, my gosh, it's such a fun game.
There we go.
It's such a fun game every time. The environment is great, and everyone wants to play so well, and I just love playing them here. It's so great.
Well, you guys dropped that first set, and then you get a big run going in the second set, and then all of a sudden they erase that. What are you guys thinking going into some of those timeouts your coach calls?
I mean, obviously we know it's going to be back and forth. They're a good team, too, and we just need to play a little bit better than them, and we weren't playing to our best abilities, and so we just had to step it up a little bit, and we did that.
So today you put together an all-around game, I mean, from serving, and we were talking about how comfortable you are hitting from the back. Where's your favorite spot to go for the kill?
From the back or from the front?
From anywhere, wherever you play. Where's your favorite spot to put that away?
I like the Jiba, the inside set kind of on the circle right there. I love that one. I like to go angle.
Well, keep them feeding you right there, okay? So in your career here in Alaska, how many times have you beat Anchorage here at home, do you know?
I don't know. I don't keep track of that. Maybe I should.
We'll have Nate check that. It's probably 2 or 3 here, so it's always good. And now you guys, when you go down to Anchorage, you want to return, you want to keep it going there.
Yes.
Okay, now a big road trip coming up for you guys. What are you looking forward to on the road trip?
I don't know. Just playing well. Like, those are both good teams, too, so we just have to play our best every night, and we know that other teams want to play their best as well. So.
Right. So a big win here. You guys both 4-4, fourth place in the GNAC, so you guys move up. They move down a little bit. I mean, how important was this home crowd? Because it was packed in here tonight.
Yeah, it's so fun to play. We feed off energy, and I love it here when people are rooting for us.
Well, we're going to keep them coming back. You guys keep playing this way. We'll keep having people come up into the balcony. So we're going to turn it over to Coach Scott, but thanks for joining us.
Thank
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going to have a permanent towel up here at one point. You got it.
Yeah.
All right, head coach Brian Scott, another in-state rivalry game that lived up to probably everything you were expecting.
That is exactly what you anticipate to happen when we're here in the patio against Anchorage, yeah.
So you guys lose that first set, a tough one, and then you got a big lead in the second set, and Anchorage does not go away, and you guys had 2 timeouts left that you had to use deep into that set.
Yeah, I don't know, we talk about this even before we play, but somehow they make these crazy plays, like a ball gets dug right on top of the net and somebody still is able to go and punch the ball over or whatever. They just make some spectacular plays all the time, and we talked about that, like, hey, we can't stop playing until the whistle gets blown or whatever, and you just got to outlast them for sure defensively.
And somebody that never gave up on anything, Tessa Onaga today. I mean, I don't know how many spatulas she tried and how much she was out on the ground, but I mean, she went for every ball that she probably couldn't even get to, she was going for.
Yeah, 20 digs tonight. She's pretty impressive.
Right.
For sure.
That's kind of nice to have something like that join your team, somebody that special join the team, and Rachel Pierce as well, you know, their first year as Alaskans. So what was everybody telling them what to expect with the Seawolves coming to town?
Well, I have actually no idea what everybody else told them. But we definitely told them it was going to be a fun environment to go play in. You know, we look forward to environments like this, you know, where it's a battle and you get to test yourself a little bit. It's fun to see.
So coming off of last week, you have 2 tough losses here at home, you know, and you're going into this, and you know this one's going to be a tough match here. How'd you get the team prepared?
Again, we're always just about okay, well, whatever just happened, yeah, it's 2 tough losses, but we can't do anything about those anymore, but we can do something about what we're trying to get prepared for here this week. And it's always just about, okay, whether it's the next ball or the next match, that's just got to be the mentality for us all the time.
And again, at home, another great crowd here on a Thursday night, all in white.
Fantastic crowd. I just love playing in this place. Such a great environment, great energy that the crowd brings for us, and home court advantage for sure.
Yeah, definitely everybody buying into it. Like I said, a Thursday night, a work night, a school night, you know, people were packed in here. They were ready to go to 5 if you needed to, but good thing you guys finished it in 4.
Yep, glad to have it done in 4. I never like the odds of a 5th set. That's never fun.
We were talking about that over during the match, but it was there if we needed it. But a nice win. Now you guys go out on the road. How do you get the team prepared for another road trip?
Well, fortunately, we intentionally scheduled this on a Thursday. We're going to give the girls a nice long weekend starting tomorrow, and we'll get back to work on Monday and hopefully let some bodies that I know are a little banged up, a little bit sore, and give them a nice long time to rest, and then we'll get back to work. We'll be prepared for next weekend.
Well, speaking of work, you guys got to go to work tomorrow night. You got that fundraiser spin ride over at F&H Fitness Studios.
We do.
We're going to have you on a bike?
You may not see me on a bike.
Look, if I can go there and do it 4 days a week, come on, we're ready for you.
I might have a cardiac arrest there on a bike. I know what Tina's like.
Exactly.
She's going to work you.
Well, they're going to have a great time. And then are they going to run out to North Pole because you got 3 Patriot players on your team and the North Pole football team is in the playoffs?
We do have 3 of them that won't be at the spin because they've got to go support a family member that will be playing there.
Well, I saw them out there last
game.
week because I was doing it for Soldaten on the radio, and I saw them out there, and they brought a bunch of teammates with them.
Yeah, they'll be out there cheering on their former high school there for sure.
All right, great win, especially over the Seawolves. You guys hit the road. Coach, congratulations, and
Thank you.
Good luck out on the road.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so it's another win here for Alaska over the UAA Seawolves. They're going to be out on the road. You can go online, just check out the schedule, AlaskanAnnex.com, find out where they're going to be playing and watch it live there online as well. So Alaska takes this one over the Seawolves 3-1.